What up, Juggalos? This is the first of probably many more Juggalo Fabulous mini-sodes. It's basically a good bit longer than a short. Those are only like a minute or so, but it's going to be significantly shorter than the long-form videos, i.e. the flagship Juggalo Fabulous series. This is something kind of in between. Juggalo World's a dynamic place, and shit's always going down. Been that way for decades. Being a Juggalo is not like being a Tool fan, where they put out a new album, you listen to it, then nothing, then a tour, then nothing, and then 5 presidential terms later, another album. That's just not what Juggalo World's like. There's a fucking there's a new 2 or 3 albums always coming out. New videos, new tours, new shows, one-off shows, gatherings coming up, Halloween's coming up, Big Ballers is coming up, fucking Juggalo Day is coming up. They're making a series, they're making a movie, they're making, this, that. It just never fucking ends. It never ends. It hasn't slowed down one iota since I was fucking 12. No. In the Juggalo world, something is always happening, and simultaneously, something is always about to happen. So these mini-sodes can be for me to keep up a little here and there with the current state of things. What little I keep up with it, I don't really keep up with everything these days, but yeah. So we need to talk about a couple of things. First off, new ICP album, I guess, coming out at the Gathering. I hope it's good. I have not really enjoyed a new ICP album in a long time, but they have enough goodwill with me that I'll always check out whatever they put out and give it a shot. Mikey Clark's coming back, so that's a plus. So ICP, I think this is what the state of things seems to be, is that they're making the 12th Joker's card right now, and it's coming out at the Gathering, produced by Mikey Clark. I say the 12th Joker's card because you see they released 6, and then they released 6 more, and 6 plus 6 is 12. So that would make it the 12th Joker's card. Everybody in the whole Juggalo community can call it the 2nd, 6th, all they want. And that's fine, but it's still the 12th Joker's card. That's how math works. But if memory serves, I think they're going to call it the naught, which is, I kind of hope that changes, because naught means nothing. So the album is basically called The Nothing, which, for one, Korn already made an album called The Nothing. I believe it came out in 2019. Good album. But that album was about Jonathan Davis's wife having recently passed away. So the title The Nothing worked for that, I think, because, it can allude to life feeling like a big nothing after the death of a loved one. A la Olivia Soprano, or the end of life possibly being nothingness, the big nothing. And when you're mourning the loss of a spouse, I'd imagine the thought of the big nothing, it comes to your mind quite frequently. I hope I never find out, but I will. So... And for that matter, I know Jay did lose Laney a few years ago. And, I don't know, but I don't think this is about that. He's got that new blonde lady, the one that he can't go 5 minutes without, telling someone about how often he fucks her. Which, of course, we're deeply, deeply interested in that. But, whatever. I'm sure he's sad about, Laney. I'm sure that, that was a very sad thing for him. But given what we've seen of their relationship, I don't think he's wallowing in misery exactly about the whole thing. So I think I don't think that this album is about the loss of a loved one. It could be. I mean, he lost his mom and Lainey, you know, in the last couple of years, so which is sad. And you know, empathy, sympathy, all that, you know, for him. Not something I would ever make light of. But I'm just saying, I don't get the vibe that that's what this album is about. Maybe it is, but I say that because ICP albums all follow a pretty specific formula. They're concept albums about death and what might come next. Like every Joker's card is basically a metaphor for how you lived your life and whether or not you'll be rewarded or punished in the afterlife. So if this card is called the Naught, again, synonymous with nothing, don't get me wrong, I'm not religious. I don't know what happens when we die, but nothing happening is high on my list of possibilities. Like really high. I hope not. But I don't know, man. The brain dies, no more thoughts, the matter decays, we are gone. It makes perfect sense to me. But maybe there's, you know, an invisible, intangible, abstract component to us that is our essence, a soul, most people would call that. I don't I don't know. I also don't care. I really don't. I don't like to debate because it's pointless. We're never going to find the answer out to that. I'll find out when I die, or I'll die and nothing will happen, and I won't find anything out because I won't know anything. I won't experience anything. Given what, you know, like Riddlebox is about, like, you know, you die, and Riddlebox is really the most on the nose one. You know, it's like you die, you turn a crank, and it pops up good, and you go to heaven. It pops up bad, you go to hell. You know, Ringmaster was like all of your sins spun to form a monster, and you kind of have to fight the monster. And if you can win, then if you can beat your own sins, then you've done all right. And if you can't, then I guess you go to hell. But you know, I don't know how the nothing, like, I don't really know how you conceptualize that into is it a character? I mean, is it just nothing? Is it just the absence of a Joker's card? I don't know. But like ICP has always been pretty loose with their concepts on their concept albums. Like the Jekyll Brothers is supposed to be about some twins juggling your sins, and if you have so many sins that they drop the ball, then you go to hell. But aside from the Jake Jekyll intro, Bring It On, and the Jack Jekyll interlude, I don't believe they even mention that concept anywhere else on the album. So I guess you could point to Nothing's Left, but he doesn't really say anything much about the specific concept or what the Jekyll Brothers do. All you really get is, you know, hey, Jekyll, fly, twist and spin to the other side. Like, I don't know. They don't really expound upon it very much. It's kind of a concept in name only. I want my shit, bitches, terrible, another love song, everybody rise, play with me, mad professor. None of these songs are about the Jekyll Brothers. Fuck the world, Echo Side. None of these songs are about the Jekyll Brothers. So I'm sure it'll be a bunch of songs about murder, sex with the dead, some funny tracks, some weird, scary tracks, some wickedness, followed by the next unveiling, second unveiling, which, given the subject, nothingness, it makes me wonder if the next unveiling is going to be a bit more of an existential revelation. I think I have a little prediction here for how that might go.
Where the fuck is Jay? Looks like we are once again out of time. All secrets, I mean, Okay, all secrets, all fucking secrets will now be revealed. Juggalos, juggalettes. When you die, honestly, where the fuck is Jay? Is this even a secret? God, he ain't it, man. He ain't it. When you die, Shangri-La, Hell's Pit, that shit ain't even... Seriously, Jay should be here for this. But, yeah, I guess that ain't even real. Tommy Lee Jones in the booth. What the fuck is... There's some chicken on a plate over there. Can somebody get that? Get it off the plate. Somebody... and put it in the fridge. Or I'll fucking do it. Yeah, I guess I gotta do it.
You give up the world line by line. You become an accomplice to your own annihilation. There's nothing you can do about it. Everything you do closes a door somewhere ahead of you. Finally, there's only one door left. Here is my news. I long for the darkness. I pray for death, real death. And if I thought that in death I would meet the people I knew in life, I don't know what I would do. That would be the ultimate horror, the ultimate nightmare. If I thought I was going to meet my mother again and start all of that all over, only this time without the prospect of death to look forward to, that would be the final nightmare. Kafka on wheels.
Kind of fucked up and depressing, to be honest.
I want the dead to be dead forever. And I want to be one of them. Except, of course, you can't be one of them. You can't be one of the dead because that which has no existence can have no community. No community. My heart warms just thinking about it. Blackness, aloneness, silence, peace. And all of it only a heartbeat away.
Money. This was a little fucking strange. The God thing was one thing. This is just like hopeless and mean. For no reason whatsoever.
I don't regard my state of mind as some pessimistic view of the world. I regard it as the world itself. Evolution cannot avoid bringing intelligent life ultimately to an awareness of one thing, and one thing above all else. That one thing is futility.
If I'm understanding you right, you saying everybody that just ain't eat up with the dumbass ought to be suicidal?
Yes.
You ain't shitting me?
No, I am not shitting you. If people could see the world for what it truly is, see their lives for what they truly are without dreams or illusions, I don't believe they could offer the first reason why they should not elect to die as soon as possible.
I'm actually kind of sorry. This was a little fucking... And I really need to talk to Jay. I'm really sorry. We tricked you. Fucking whatever. Make sure you buy a ticket to the next gathering.
Just a guess. I don't know if that's how it's going to go or not. I just, spitballing here. I kind of hope that's how it goes. Second thing I guess we got to mention is Twiztid recently at Astronomicon mentioned wanting to do a new Dark Lotus album, which I believe they call D4L, which I guess is like Dark 4 Lotus because there's only 4 members left. Now, I truthfully didn't really know how I felt about that. On one hand, obviously I would love more Lotus. I think everyone would, like even the Twiztid haters, even if they won't admit it, they probably would like a new Lotus album. But I really don't know how to feel about it because, I try to take a nuanced view on everything. I want to look at every issue from all sides. So here's the thing. One of the things I'm seeing tossed around a lot is that they're taking Violent J's idea that they didn't even want to do and rehashing it for profit. First and foremost, let's just try and remember that Psychopathic Records and Magic Ninja Entertainment are businesses. Everything they do is for profit. Everything they do is for profit. So you're not going to get me mad because they're trying to make a profit. And I'm a leftist, so like, I mean, capitalism ain't my favorite thing exactly, but this is a capitalist society. I do recognize that. So, if you want to survive, you got to make money. And so with that, I don't care if they're trying to cash in on, nostalgia. ICP cashes in on nostalgia all the fucking time. All the time. I mean, when they play, Bizarre start to finish, they play, the Riddle Box start to finish. They did the Riddle Box 20th anniversary tour, the Malenko 20th anniversary tour. That's them exploiting nostalgia for profit. That's what they're doing. Which is cool because I like seeing those tours. I like seeing them play old shit. But that is what they're doing. And, so Twiztid, trying to make a little cash off of nostalgia. Well, I mean, ICP does it too. Every band does it. Fucking, I just mentioned Korn earlier. Korn does it. Fucking, all my favorite bands do it. Who gives a fuck? We want to hear the old shit. That's what we're into. Some of the new shit's good, but like we grew up on the old shit. A lot of us. Most juggalos are like middle-aged. I know there's some young ones, but most juggalos are middle-aged. So most of us want to hear shit off the first six. Most of us loved and missed Dark Lotus. Most of us. The vast majority of us. I know there's haters, I used to love Twiztid, but Papa J told me I can't no more, so fuck Twiztid. It's like, okay. Don't think for yourself or anything. But, that aside, you got to remember, like, when Violent J says it's his idea and Twiztid didn't want to do it, what has Twiztid said in response to that? Because Violent J's word is no more reliable than Jamie Urban Oxide's. I don't know that what Violent J is saying is true. I don't know that Violent J solely came up alone with the idea for Dark Lotus. I don't know that Twiztid didn't want to do it. I know for a fact Violent J has lied about all kinds of shit in his life. So, and I'm sure Twiztid has lied about plenty of things too. I don't know who the fuck. None of us were there when Dark Lotus was recorded. So, there's that to consider too. That said, am I interested in hearing a Dark Lotus album without ICP? Not really. I mean, if it drops, I'll probably give it a listen, I guess. Just because, I like Twiztid and Blaze. I don't really care for ABK, but I like Twiztid and Blaze. And if they're doing some dark shit, I want to hear it. I like, dark hip hop. So I'll almost certainly give it a listen. As will most of you. You can sit there and call it. How many times you guys are going to call it Diet Lotus, by the way? Like, how many fucking times? It was a little funny the first time, but like, now everybody's like, Diet Lotus. You know how it is when people make that fucking joke, fucking magnets, how do they work? And like, that album is now 16 years old. The horse is dead. Why are you still beating it? Like, I've been listening to this shit for a long time. I've heard every fucking joke. I've heard every fucking insult. I've heard every criticism. I've heard it all. You can't surprise me. And when you call it Diet Lotus, I don't care. You can call it Diet Lotus if you want. But I'm just saying it's not that fucking funny. Like, it's not clever, really. Like, I don't know that it was really that clever the first time. It's, I get it. ICP's not in it. Not going to be in it. Ultimately, I don't really care that Twiztid's doing that. You gotta admit this, like, ICP ain't doing anything with it. They're not doing anything with Dark Lotus. And, I would imagine the logic Twiztid is following is like, well, if they're not doing anything with it, why not? You know what I mean? There's no reason not to, really. I mean, I gotta admit, like, I mean, it would be cool to see, you know, even if it is just 4 people in the Lotus get up, the masks and the cross masks and the Lotus jerseys and playing Headache, playing fucking Juggalo Family. Like, I'd like to see that again live. That would be pretty cool. So, if ICP's not going to do anything with it, well, I mean, why shouldn't Twiztid pick it up and do something with it? ICP wasn't doing anything with Riders either. So, Twiztid, and for that matter, Riders is like, I mean, it always had such a revolving door of a lineup. At one point, Isham was in it. At one point, Boondocks was in it. ABK came in. Misery was in it. And then people left. And, Riders was always a revolving door. So, I mean, that one was extra inoffensive to me. I don't see that. First off, it was all made on, like, stolen beats. So none of it was their original material in terms of instrumentals. And I mean, why is Twiztid not allowed to rap over stolen beats and do it gangster rap style? I mean, there's nothing stopping Jay and Shaggy from continuing on Riders 2, for that matter. There's nothing stopping them from rebuilding Dark Lotus if they wanted to. And you can say, well, Dark Lotus should be left alone, and it should be left alone, probably. I probably agree with you that they should just leave it alone. Because, again, I'm not really that giddy about a new Dark Lotus album without ICP on it. I'm not. I'm really not. It's Dark Lotus to me is ICP, Twiztid, and Blaze. I really don't give a shit about ABK. Mars was on the first album, but I'm not, like, clamoring for him to be on another one. But if he came, that would be interesting. But nothing's stopping Violent J from remaking Dark Lotus with other members. And here's the thing. You can say it, like I said a minute ago, you could say it shouldn't be messed with, but he already messed with it. Violent J already fucking ruined Tales from the Lotus Pod by going back and pulling a George Lucas and erasing Mars and replacing it with ABK. If you listen to Tales from the Lotus Pod, the original first, I don't think you can hear that without ABK. Every time ABK comes in, it's jarring. Every time, his verses on it aren't good, and some of the songs they didn't even put ABK on it; they just deleted Mars's verse. "Bitch, I'm Sexy" being a prime example. It's just lazy, fucking the way that they did that. Like, a lot of times, ABK's verses don't even go with the fucking theme of the song. It's edited together poorly, and it's just like and it's the only one they make available now. You can't buy an official copy of the original Tales from the Lotus Pod. So Violent J already desecrated Dark Lotus once. Their debut album, Tales from the Lotus Pod, he fucking ruined by putting ABK on it and taking Mars off of it. So, is Twiztid really doing anything that egregious by making it without ICP? Like I said, they're not pissing me off or anything. I don't really care. I would rather see Dark Lotus together as a whole. And I actually kind of disagree with Jamie Madrox when he said, Van Halen and AC/DC and certain other bands replaced members and they still did well. That's pretty rare, actually. And also, I don't listen to AC/DC. I don't. But everyone I know who does is like, the Bon Scott era is the only era anyone really likes. Any of the diehards, I should say, the diehards like the Bon Scott era. Most people agree that when Brian his name, Brian Johnson, maybe, joined AC/DC. Not that he was like a bad singer exactly, although I don't like it, but it was just like it wasn't the same. People didn't like it as much, I don't think, especially the old heads who liked the original. And Van Halen is like a really bad example because like Van Hagar is a fucking joke, you know. Fucking nobody prefers Van Hagar to Van Halen. So no, I don't agree that it's okay to just replace members. But at the same time, again, I see it's lying on the table. It's money for them, you know. It's another project to work on for them. I see why they're doing it. And again, nothing they're doing is any more fucking egregious than what Violent J did to Tales from the Lotus Pod. So stop your sanctimonious bullshit about Lotus shouldn't be touched. Lotus has already been touched. It was also, you know, ABK was on Black Rain, and I'll even being the resident ABK hater, not a fan of ABK, I'll even agree that Black Rain he was not bad on, or he didn't ruin it anyway. He was fine on it, I guess. Black Rain's probably my favorite Lotus album, honestly. But then they took ABK out of it. They took ABK out of Dark Lotus, and I'm not the only one who thinks Black Rain's the best Dark Lotus album. A lot of people seem to think that. I've had many a conversation with many a Juggalo, and it is not uncommon for someone's favorite Lotus album to be Black Rain. So again, that's, you know, two instances right there where Lotus has been fucked with in a way that did not please everyone. Did not please most people, I think. This whole thing would be really fucking much easier. All the parties involved would be much better off financially. All the fans would be much happier if they would just, you know, stop being fucking children and fix their relationship, fix their professional relationship, and just make a new Lotus album. We'll have Twiztid back in the gathering. Go back to, you know, Juggalos not being stuck in the middle of this stupid ass fucking divide. But I digress. I've already talked about that enough, I think. I do want to mention ICP is going out on a little mini tour. They are coming to my state. The Charlotte show is already sold out. I didn't really even get a chance to get tickets. I may end up hitting up the Spartanburg show. I may not. We'll see. I got a lot going on. A lot going on. So we will see if I can make that or not. I will try, though. So if you're going to be at the Spartanburg show in South Carolina, I'll update before the show and mention if I'm going or not. But if you are going and you see me, come say hi, you know. I'm generally pretty friendly. And I'd love to see ICP. I don't think I've seen ICP since 2019, I believe. It was on the Fearless Fred Fury tour. It's the last time I saw ICP, which this is the longest I've ever gone without having seen an ICP show. I don't think, before 2019, I don't think a year went by that I didn't see ICP. Don't forget to floss. Really important. You got to keep those teeth flossed. Even, you know, flossing's more important than brushing. And brush your teeth, don't get me wrong, but flossing is even more important. As that shit gets in there and it sits on the side of your teeth and it just pressed between the other tooth, that just sits there and rots away at your teeth, man. You gotta floss. You gotta fucking floss. You gotta stay hydrated, as we all know. Make sure you're staying hydrated. Drink that water. Drink some Faygo if you need something with some taste. Drink some Yoo-hoos, you know, whatever you got to do. Just keep that body fucking hydrated. A lot of people say caffeine is a diuretic and it'll only dehydrate you more. That is incorrect. That is medically incorrect. Yes, caffeine is a diuretic, but drinking caffeinated drinks does not dehydrate you more. You will still get hydrated from it, just not as well as you will get hydrated from water. So drink soda in moderation. You can do that. It's okay to drink soda in moderation. Just don't, you can't have it for every single fucking drink. You gotta have water too. But don't listen to the people who say like, oh, you can't drink soda or it'll dehydrate you more. That's the stupidest fucking thing in the world. Like, fucking, soda's like 99% water, okay? The water still gets to you. God damn it. So much misinformation out there. Love you guys. Later.